Hello, this is Dr. Jason Munsell. It is about 12:30 or so on Wednesday, June the 14th. Happy Flag Day. I hope that you are waving your flags. I've got my flag up there waving in the breeze. And pretty bad news out of DC this morning and London. Lots of things going on, but we are going to take it to the streets. And I'm going to be incredibly brief here, in part because this is not one of my favorite chapters. There's not a whole lot of stuff in here, but there's some really practical things here. By the way, this guy who wrote this particular chapter on organizing, and it is, by the way, the very first chapter in this third section, getting into the streets, take it to the streets. Drew Robert Winter. He was named one of the top 20 activists under 30 by VEG News. So some interesting things that he's done, but some really practical ideas here. But again, I'll be very quick. Okay, preview. He has this little preview paragraph. Okay. We need other people. But once it enters the body, what? An idea without a body to occupy it is nothing. It couldn't even exist. Actually, it could. But once it enters the body, it begins to impact time and space in potentially revolutionary ways. If it's the right idea, it will not only be correct in theory, but will replicate itself and spread. What? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But long and short of it is, and this is in part body rhetoric, using bodies to demonstrate, but also to do things. But we need people. We can't solve everything on our own, even though one person can make a difference. More people working together can make sometimes more of a difference. So that's what this is all about. Organizing your community. Okay, organizing versus activism. Yeah, okay, you need people. That's basically the point. Yes, it's different. You're organizing, you're getting people together to do some activism, but okay. The idea is, though, you need people because most always there's going to be opposition to what you want to do, what change you want to make. And he loves himself all these military metaphors. It's a battle. But the battles do not have to be violent, but they are oppositional and confrontational. Yeah, so you need to get people together and you will have opposition sometimes. That's it. Yep, okay, thank you. Okay, understanding people, power, and psychology. All right. Yeah, you want to appeal to people so they will come to your meeting. And there are different types of people in the world. Different strokes for different folks. What you talking about with us? Talks about dressing in a way that would be appealing to your target audience, whoever your target audience is. So make sure you dress. And really, theoretically, all of this stuff, flag, it's Flag Day. So, for example, the American flag as a symbol is often used to justify great, yeah, okay. Identification from Kenneth Burke is simply this idea that we identify with each other, we become consubstantial, that is, with one substance. You can identify with ideas, values, what people look like, what they wear, if you have a certain sort of fashion style, you might identify with other people who sort of look exactly like you. So just connect with people. That's basically what he's saying here. But also, I think this is pretty good. Don't be too anti-tradition. Folks generally don't like to change all that much, but if you try to be way too radical, even though a lot of the ideas in the books are very sort of radical. But people aren't going to get on board if it seems too, what? So don't be crazy. And obviously there's a difference between individuals and institutions when you want to persuade them, all right? You want to charm the individual. And, you know, institutions are bigger, and so you can do certain things to try to get them to make changes, sustain pressure. But the big idea here is never underestimate what possible opposition that you will have. So you got to have your battle plan. And part of that is getting people together. Whatever the campaign is, whether it's, you know, what's a school lunch, something or other, oh, tuition, or someplace. Let's say I want to loosen the ketchup. We need more condiments. There's going to be some opposition. The condiment police out there who says, don't drown your food. Condiments have too much sodium. They're bad for you. Okay. Yeah. But basically, think about your audience. That's it. First step. Well, you got to figure out that there's a problem. Problem right here in River City. We need a band. Some of these things are really pretty interesting. Some of the initial decisions that you have to make. What is the specific issue that we are concerned about? Who else in the community might be concerned? What traits do they have in common? What is the proposed solution? So you have to have some sort of solution. You can't just say, it's a bad. And if the community is not concerned, how do we persuade them? Or are we off track? Maybe you're the only person in the entire world that cares about this thing. Maybe you need to check your head. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Get people together. A lot of this stuff, though, is one of the reasons why I'm asking you to use the motivated sequence is because of some of these ideas in this chapter and other chapters. And I have put new stuff on the motivated sequence on KC bookmarks to help you out. And I'll have additional lectures probably tomorrow about the motivated sequence. But please take a look at that stuff on the website on KC. But again, okay, so we always need to prioritize. There are certain things that we can get support for, certain things perhaps we cannot. But it's not like you just want to go, oh yeah, let's solve this problem. You got to care about it. It's got to be the bigger the issue, the more people you're going to get to help out. The more it impacts more people. Yeah. Unite the divided, divide the united. That's pretty funny. Okay, so yeah, you want to bring your folks together. And your opposition, you want to tear them down. You want to divide them. Opposition. And he does have some pretty good information here about why folks are